Hi everyone. Now we know how to construct a frequency or an ungroup frequency table by hand. In this video, we're going to see the value of adding a percent column and how much information we can get from it. So let's go back to a previous example we saw. So the number of siblings among students. So again, we have our raw data, we have our variable number of siblings, and we have our frequency, right? So we know 2 people have 0 siblings, 4 people in the class have 1 sibling, and so forth. So if we put percentages to it, it tells us more information. And because now it's very relatable, right? We know that percentage is number of parts per 100. And we kind of just think of that way in general. All right, so yes, in this case, so I've added a percent column. So we have, again, a frequency, so 2 students have 0 siblings. Or we can actually say, well, in the class or section, 12.5% have 0 siblings or are only children. And you can really see it with 1 sibling in the fact that there's 4 people in the class that have 1 sibling, or we can say 25% of the people in the class have 1 sibling. So it adds a great amount of value just because it's very relative percentages. And just to go over how to calculate the percent, or a nice quick review, the formula is there, but really it's over the total, so total frequency, or summing up the frequency, okay? So our percent is equal to the frequency divided by the total frequency. Okay, and so how do we get the total frequency? Well, we add up all the frequencies. And remember, it has to match the number of observations. So adding this all up, we see that it comes to 16, which is great because that's how many data points we have, or the number of observations we have. And since it's a percent, so it's out of how many parts out of 100, we have to multiply by 100. So just to show this, all right, so say we wanted to do it for the first one, so 0 number of siblings, we know that there's a frequency of 2, so 2 people have 0 siblings. So we're going to put in 2, and we know the total now is 16, okay, which is going to come to 0.125 times 100, which gives us 12.5%. Okay, and then I've included the rest here so you can see, but just so you are aware of where it came from. So the next one, so 1 sibling, okay, 4 students, so 4 divided by 16 times 100, 25%. Okay, so that's adding a percentage for each number of siblings, and here you can see it's kind of just put without the calculations. What we can also do, which provides us with more information, is if we add a second or another percentage column that totals all the percentages up. All right, and to go over this one, so what we've done is you would simply just add the previous row to the next, okay? Just so you guys can see, I kind of left out the calculations there, but it's quite small, but just so you can see, this 37.5% comes from the 12.5% plus 25%, which gives us 37.5. Then the next one, so we're going to take the arrow coming down, so it'll be 37.5% plus 18.75%, which gives us 56.25. And now, so I've ran out of space there, but it's in the table, so you know what I mean. Now, how this adds or gives us more information opposed to just having the individual percentages is now we can see here, and yes, this totals to 100%, so that signifies to us that we've done this correctly as well. But in the first 3 rows or classes, which is 0 students or 0 siblings, 1 sibling, and 2 siblings, we can see that over 50% of our observations or students in the class fall within this category, actually 56.25%. So we can conclude that over 50% have fewer than 3 siblings. Okay, and then even if we continue on to the next one, we can conclude 75% have 3 or fewer siblings. So including this in gives us more, or we're expanding on the data and what more information it can give us. Okay, so thank you for your attention, and I look forward to our next lesson. Bye for now.